The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Indiana Hoosiers taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Michigan Wolverines. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Hoosiers will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Reese. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will get the first possession of the game. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running.
Oh, he's going to go up top. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Hand off from the shotgun. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. They're trying to get to it. Pulls it in. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. A quick 3 and out, and they're already giving up the ball. He's got great speed, and the returner will be knocked down. So Indiana's offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Takes the easy one to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Makes the grab. He's close to the first down, but just a little short. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation of the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That's such a terrible feeling, too, if you're the quarterback, because on 4th down, they're calling for you on a designed run. They're putting all their hopes on you to somehow go out and get that first, and he knew it. There was just nowhere to go. It's got to be a terrible feeling when you know the defense is won, especially on 4th down, and you're going to be coming off the field.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. And the Wolverines are on the move. Trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. The Wolverines line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield.
Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Hoosiers will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Now on the return. Makes a move. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
They go right back to him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He makes the catch. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking for the score. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. That's reeled in. It's House. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's complete on the right side. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down distances.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that thing. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
To the ground with the back. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Escapes the sack. Get away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. And the Hoosiers will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Using the quick game. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Want to move quickly. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Grbac, and the guy I can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They go to the ground. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. Here comes third and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the Wolverines have a first down.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Off play action on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
Off the play fake. This time he's got it. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Turning to the running game on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking in front.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. NC State is just getting blown off the field today. This has been a gong show since the opening kick. How does something like this happen? They're trailing by 21 to LSU. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He'll start this drive firing. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Going to the running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I don't don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the...
Oh, it's out! They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? The Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
He got loose, almost housed it. Down at the 32. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
It's really tough as a quarterback to throw down here in the red zone because the windows, they constrict so quickly. Quarterback lucky that ball wasn't picked. He tried to force that one into double coverage.
Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. The snap sets up the throw. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Just blinding speed. Speed that almost paralyzes defenders.
When you got a quarterback with that much speed, you got to find tricky ways to put more speed on the field, spy the quarterback with somebody that's really, really fast. And even when you do, a lot of times he still makes plays because he's that dang fast and that explosive.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
The give out of the gun. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
How about the effort by the running back? Great job. Listen, it's not an ideal situation, but when you get yourself backed up like that, and it's 3rd and eternity, you put yourself in a bad situation. He almost climbed out of it single-handedly. Nice run, nice effort by the running back.
And the Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After the misfire now on 2nd down. They want to run it left here. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Got him downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Shot toward the end zone. And the ball is intercepted.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't turn the football over in the red zone. You got to be crisp. You got to be on time. You can tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception, stealing points now off the board.
Looking to scramble. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. With the catch, it's Verrier. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Pressure coming. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. The Hoosiers send out the punt unit. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. A fair catch is made right at the 50. Great field position for the offense. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Got his man on the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. On the run, still looking. And he scoops his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave? And the ball is picked off. Bringing it back. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's got it on the run. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. And the Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Running toward the tape. He's at the 20. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
After giving up that big shot defensively, how confident are you calling that coverage again? You're now on your own end of the field, and now your backs are against the wall.
He's looking to throw. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Indiana! They'll try to tack one more on their score. They get the extra point on the board, but they're still down 35-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll leave it with him. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here comes the offense on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Hey, man, they've got a big lead on offense, and they are still taking shots. They are challenging this secondary deep down the field. They barely missed that one.
Fires to the right. And that pass picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. Offense getting set for first down. And with a hallelujah land. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Indiana, 14.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Might as well give it to him again. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Touchdown, Michigan! And the pummeling has started. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Bringing it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Touchdown, Wolverines. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with a pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, return to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Hoosiers decide to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Takes it on the return. Slips through the line. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Breaks the tackle.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offense. Yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The throw. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends have so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over. 1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Quarterback sneaks ahead. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. As they come to the line, they've moved it, but they need one more yard on third down. Touchdown, Michigan! And the stomping has commenced. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Zings it complete to the right. At the 35, he's loose. Smashes through the tackle. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Defense in press coverage. From the shotgun, the inside give. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got his man quickly. Touchdown, Indiana! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He'll return it. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Handoff to the lone back. At the 35, he's open. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
And that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Finds his big tight end. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
And I love the big tight ends because they got those big catch radius, so you throw it anywhere near them and they're going to catch it. And break tackles, the big physicality after the run, getting some extra yards when it wasn't there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Back open in the middle. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's got it again. Can't get him to the ground. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Nice move to keep running. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. With the run on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He caught it! Touchdown, Wolverines! And the route is on. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back. Now on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Fires and picked off. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Looking for the score. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. This is what an elite... They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit him right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field.